I think we're close to the end here. Honestly, I'm not sure where to start, she says, and I have to repeat it since every time you load the game, they don't necessarily repeat the voice line. We sat in Inamoto-san's Japanese-style living room. After leaving 202, we cut through 201 to the hallway. There, we conveniently encountered Inamoto-san cleaning the building, so we calmly told her what we'd found. At first she thought we were threatening to blackmail her. Well, she is a fucking bitch, so we could have done that, but we wouldn't have been any better if we did, right? She went white as a sheet and asked us how much money she had to pay us, but we told her we weren't interested. We just want the fucking ghosts to disappear. After she heard us out, she told us she wanted to do the right thing, and now here we were. Why? Because someone found out your dirty little secret? You suddenly want to do the right thing? I wouldn't trust this fucking bitch a single centimeter. I mean, Jesus Christ, she has been lying and hiding, and she apparently knew what the fuck was going on, but oh my god, why are we even discussing this with her? Oh, a second, I think my sound is too low. Okay. I hope it's the same level for the recording, no matter how high my sound for myself is, but whatever. Uchiyama-san and Daigo-kun sat on either side of me. With permission, Uchiyama-san was taking notes. Oh. Daigo-kun and I both knew he had a portable recorder in his jacket pocket, but we chose not to say anything. Oh, that's underhanded but smart.
もう5年、6年前になるのかしらね。ケイちゃん、高山さんと私はいとこ同士でね。先代からずっと不動産業をやってることもあって、アパートを建てる時もとてもお世話になったの。そんなことから、ケイちゃんが部屋を貸してほしいって言ってきた時も、あまり深く考えずに貸したのよ。
Yeah, little did you know that he wanted to shag some young girls in it, right?
奥さんの嫉妬深さは知ってたけど、あのくらいの年齢の男だもの、遊びたいものよね。
I can't fucking believe that. Yeah, it's alright for him to have a mistress, sure. Is this really how it is in Japan? Because, damn, I really need to learn the language better. She was clearly hoping we'd agree about that, but I couldn't relate. Exactly. Instead, I simply stared at her, waiting for her to continue. Stupid bitch.
202はね、自分のところにアパートを探しに来た女子大生の仲介できたの。多分、その時に何か話をしたのね。トントン拍子に話は進んで、ケイちゃんは201を借りることになった。202にはその女子大生と外国人の女の人が住んでたのかしら。
聞かなかったんですか
？Inamoto-san's expression darkened.
そういう約束だったの。感知しないって。
Oh yeah, you knew nothing. Yeah, you're not at fault at all, right?
じゃあ、弓原さんが亡くなった時、警察には何て言ったんです？
Uchiyama-san's question. Her expression darkened even further, and she hung her head.
ところが、何も聞かれなかったの。中は完全な一人暮らしの部屋だったらしくて、何の痕跡もなくて。
Who the hell cleaned up?
私も聞かれない以上は下手なことは言えなかったのよ。何か協力したと思われるのが怖かったから。
She was an accomplice, though. Both of the others seemed to be in agreement there, but none of us pointed it out. Yeah, you just want the truth to be out. There's no point in blaming her yet. We can do so later. As soon as we solve this fucking ghost problem. That's priority number 1, I'd say.
あの日、夕方ぐらいだったかしら。あの人の女はどこって。私怖くって。あの奥さん、怒ると乱暴で手がつけられない人だったから。
Inamoto-san shuddered at the mere memory of it. I could see goosebumps all up her arms. And if my dream was at all accurate to what had actually transpired, then I certainly didn't blame her. Really? Really? I mean, she's not only an accomplice, she's one of the deciding factors why this girl died. If she hadn't let her in,
それで部屋を教えちゃったんですか？
or even fucking told
そ
her.
れがその時ちょうどケイちゃんが女の人と帰ってきたのよ。部屋に入っていくのが見えたのね。奥さんがその後追いかけて。
それから
Inamoto-san sighed heavily and fell silent.
何かあったんですか？
His tone wasn't particularly urgent, but regardless, she simply shook her head.
わからないの。
どういうことですか？
怖くて部屋から出られなかったから。その後夫婦とも部屋に来ることはなくて、それから2週間くらいして弓原さんのご両親から電話があったの。娘と連絡が取れない、部屋を見てくれないかって。
As she knelt there on the floor, her gaze stayed carefully fixed on her lap. I think she's hiding something. Was she trying to remember or simply too ashamed to look at us?
ケイちゃんに連絡を取ろうと思ったけど、少し怖くて、私こっそり202に様子を見に行ったのよ。でも誰もいなくて、それからしばらくして警察が来たの。
その時立ち会わなかったんですか？
As he spoke, Uchiyama-san continued to take notes, his ballpoint pen flying over the pages of his notebook.
立ち会ったけど、ずっと玄関の外にいたの。だって恐ろしくて。
Does Uchiyama think that the police is in on this too?
それから2週間くらいで弓原さんが退去して、と言っても業者が荷物をまとめてご両親のところに送り返しただけでね。その3日くらい後にケイちゃんが騒がせたお詫びに業者を入れてきれいに工事したいって言ってきたのよ。
工事、ずいぶん大げさですね。
Well, it is needed if you try to hide some corpses in the walls.
私もそう思ったけど、きれいにリフォームした方がいいだろうって気を使ってくれたと思ったのよ。
In reality, he wanted to have the construction work done so he could hide the body of the person his wife had killed. Yes, he's an asshole as well. Good riddance that all of these people are dead, except for the ones that turned into ghosts. They shouldn't have died in the first place. Inamoto-san continued, her complexion pale.
最初はケイちゃん自身が工事に入ってたけど、すぐに下請けの業者さんに代わって。
He handled it himself. Now that should raise some flags. I mean, he's a real estate agent, not a construction worker.
でもその業者さんも数日で飛び出していってしまって、結局あの部屋はろくに手もつけられないまま誰にも貸せなくなってしまって。
Her hands were visibly shaking as she clutched at her skirt.
それから1年くらいしてケイちゃんが自殺したの。そのすぐ後、奥さんもおかしくなって入院して、結局あの部屋で何があったのか聞けないまま、私はケイちゃんの友達の会社にアパートの仲介をお願いして。
Wait a second, you seriously think that you had no way of ever learning the truth, even though you already knew about 95% of the truth already, and we knew about 2% with the help of Daigo, and figured it all out by ourselves? And you just sat there, fiddling your thumbs, you know, sticking them up your ass, doing nothing, even renting out the fucking apartments even though you knew there was a fucking ghost there? I'm getting angry at her, and I don't know why all the protagonists in this room, well, mostly the protagonists, Daigo and Kai, are trying to be sympathetic towards her somehow. I don't know. Are they? Or are they just there for the story?
202の上下左右の部屋に人が居つかないのは
If it was fucking
最近
Daigo...
のことじゃないですよね。
Come on. Okay, if it was fucking Daigo, I would slap this bitch to the police. Well, maybe not to the police. They wouldn't necessarily believe me. Then again, we have evidence. We have the dead baby in the drain and we have the corpse in the wall. And we can most likely incriminate her, especially with the recording we're doing right now. So maybe that's their intention. Maybe they just want her to admit that she fucked up. I don't know. Inamoto-san nodded quietly.
なんで何も言わずに貸したりしたんですか?
Oh, he finally snaps. Thank you, Daigo. I got so angry because everyone is so quiet at the moment and so calm. It makes no sense.
いわくつきの部屋だって説明があれば、俺の姉ちゃんだってあんな目に遭わずに済んだんだ。
That's exactly right. This is the whole fucking problem in this thing. Is that she continued to act as if nothing ever happened and turned all of this into the mess it is in the first place.
あんなところに住んでないんだよ。なんでだよ。
大吾くん。
No, don't stop him, Kai. I grabbed his arm to mollify his anger and realized he was trembling. Of course he is. His fucking sister is nuts now.
落ち着いて。気持ちはわかるから。
Daigo-kun's face twisted in fury. Across the table, Inamoto-san shrank back, nearly on the verge of tears. Oh, don't give me those crocodile tears now.
ごめんなさい。202だけ貸し出すのをやめればいいって。あとは特に何かあったわけじゃないからいいって。
Yeah, but after the first incident, you should have seen that you can't rent out the others. So why did you give fucking Kai the apartment as well?
冗談じゃない。あんたのせいで俺の姉ちゃんはずっと病院暮らしだ。あんたのせいで。
I fucking love Daigo. I knew I gave him shit a few episodes ago when he desperately wanted to investigate the apartment alone without Uchiyama, but I don't know. Maybe he was possessed. I don't know. He looked about ready to leap across the table at her, so I flung my arms around him. I'm sure he likes that. His breathing ragged, he began to cry. Oh, poor guy. Gritting his teeth, he bit back sob after sob. Tears rolled down his cheeks and fell to the floor. Inamoto-san looked at us in alarm, still cowering in terror. As Daigo-kun sobbed and shook in my arms, I turned back to her.
警察に届けようと思います。匿名で。
Oh, fucking hell. How can this game be so good and so realistic and so sensible about these things? I love it. The color drained from her face. Yeah, bitch. Did you really think we would just go and say, oh well, now that everything is cleared and we know everything, have a good life, I'll be moving out in 2 days. Bye. Really? But, Domo. Shut up.
あなたは
I spoke firmly, silencing her. Give it to her straight, Kai.
あなたは知らぬ存ぜぬを通せばいい。
Are you serious? Don't do this.
高山さんが勝手にやったことで私は何も知らないんだと。
No. No.
そうなんですもの。
I want her to hang. She's the biggest bitch in all of this.
でも壁の中のエミーナさんと排水溝にいるエミーナさんの子は弔ってあげてください。
Oh, the goddamn drain baby. This is the worst part of all of this. God.
そのためには警察に届けなければならないんです。今まで見て見ぬふりをしたんですもの。それぐらいはいいでしょう。
How about, after all those years you spent turning a blind eye, you have to fucking suffer, you stupid cunt. For a while, Inamoto-san didn't speak, she just stared down at the floor. Is she seriously considering if this is her best course of action, because this is her getting away scot-free? So she should take this opportunity, really. I couldn't imagine what she must have been thinking. Then, after a long silence, she finally opened her mouth to speak.
お願いします。
Fuck you. I only want to hear onegai shimasu in my hentais, okay? In the end, after agreeing to pay damages for everything Daigo-kun's sister had suffered, Inamoto-san continued to apologize to us over and over. It's not enough. It's just not enough. So that's one thing I have to criticize here. Them letting her get away like that. It's not how I would have done it. The following week was a total blur. With Mary-san's help, we sent an anonymous tip to the police. We told them we thought maybe a guy had murdered his illicit hostess paramour. The cops investigated 202 straight away, and sure enough, they found a skeletal corpse in the wall. How didn't they find this earlier? Where was the corpse before he walled it in? Where did he hide it? This is a mystery. They then called Inamoto-san in for questioning, but as they couldn't find any proof of her involvement, they had no choice but to let her go. Yeah, no involvement. It was just her fucking cousin, you know, burying that corpse in there, in her apartment complex. I think you'd find more than enough proof, even if she feigned ignorance. That narrowed the suspects down to Mr. and Mrs. Koyama, but one of them was dead, and the other was in a coma. Thus, they were unable to charge anyone with the murder. As for what happened after that, truth be told, I'm not entirely sure. All I know is supposedly Mary-san took Emina-san's bones back to the Philippines. I hope she laid them to rest. Along with the fetus from the bathroom drain. Oh god. This is the worst thing. Fucking kids and even babies suffering in horror stories. Because of the retardation of someone else, especially. Lastly, as for myself.
ねえ、カエさん。俺、思うんだけどさ。
だって、せっかく壁ぶち抜きで家賃そのままでいいって言うんだもの。その言葉に甘えない手はないでしょ。
Wow, really? So, Kai thought, you know what, I already paid for this, and now I have double the space. Let's just stay here. I think maybe I would have done the same.
でも、死体が埋まってた部屋でって。
You do realize that somebody literally died everywhere, right? You can't go anywhere where no one has died before. I think.
嫌な雰囲気はしないから大丈夫よ。
Châtelet Roman 202 no longer exists. After they tore down the dividing wall, they decided to remodel it as one giant apartment. And I've agreed to live here, for the same price, hopefully. Partly because I didn't want to have to move everything all over again, but mostly because Inamoto-san said she'd only charge me one apartment's worth of rent. And so I ended up with a supersized apartment at a bargain price. Sometime later...
カエさん、俺の部屋こっちでいい？
Wait a second, what?
大丈夫。
Are they...
じゃあ、ケーブルをまた仕入れてくるかな。
Are they living together?
短いや。
That quick?
後でいいんじゃない？
I decided to let Daigo-kun, Daigo, move in with me. It was the logical conclusion from both an emotional and economic standpoint.
カエさん、ちょっと
Yet
来て。
it would make the fucking apartment even cheaper for you, right?
ちょっと待って。
Behind me, I heard a small tap on the window. Not a big loud bang. I turned to find the curtains rustling in the early summer breeze. The grieving mother and her child had since passed on. Still, I had a feeling they were out there somewhere, gently watching over us while we sleep. Together? Quite possibly? The end, really? No. Well, that was kinda sudden. Okay. Sure. The credits. So I don't know if I mentioned this before, but they had a Kickstarter for another game, but it failed. So I'm not sure whether they'll bring over another part of this series or not. I hope they do, since even failed Kickstarters can show you the interest of the Western markets, right? God, so many people backed this. Otosun Land, yes, thank you for bringing this over. Thank you for those enjoyable...
Okay,
it's not quite over, but let me finish my sentence. Thank you for those enjoyable... 5 hours? 6 maybe? Somewhere around that, right? Anyway, we're back at the club, because... well, they rented voice actors for these people. They have to use them.
何ママこの間ねちょっと不思議なことがあったのよあら不思議なことって あら、かえちゃん久しぶり。元気だった？
久しぶりってついこの間来たじゃない。
カエさん、ここって。
ほら、こちらかわいいのね。かえちゃんの
いいえ、ママへの貢ぎ物。
あら嬉しい。今日はどんどん飲ませちゃうわよ。
Is this an alternate reality or are they just playing naive and dumb?
いや、俺もう飲んできたんで。おお。
Why am I back here now?
前にかえちゃんと大ちゃんが来てくれた時のシーンね。
Okay, they were just remembering back. Okay. Wasn't quite clear.
あの時ね、ずっと気になってたことがあるの。
あら、何？
Okay, translating Ara Nani with What's Up Buttercup. That's a stretch, but alright.
お店の外からずっとこっちを見てた女の人がいたんだけど。
Jesus, are you serious?
あらやだ、ストーカーかしら。
違うのよ。どっかで見たことがあるわねってずっと考えてたんだけどね。
So who was it?
そしたら、
あら、一体誰？
高山ちゃんの奥さんなのよ。入院してるはずなのに。
How does that work? What?
あら、怖いわ。かえちゃんたちを見てたのかしら。
ずっとかえちゃんの後ろにいたエミーナちゃんを見てたのよ。
Is Nancy psychic? Can she see ghosts and comatose people?
ママったらもう、この霊感おかま。
いやー、褒めないで。怖いんだから。
Man, the voice acting is superb.